Oh, I accidentally hit the button.
Oh God, no!
This is awkward. Like,
You guys kind of got us off guard here.
they don't even know it.
Should we keep this?
Oh yeah, we're keeping that.
Guys, welcome to the final show.
This is my co-host, Longword Nelson. Hello.
Final show of the year.
Guys,
Can you
final
even
show.
believe it?
I've
I've never even imagined such a thing, Tom. I didn't thought we were going to make it, except I totally did.
You thought we were going to make it at least to the end of this year? When
Yeah.
we started in March?
Yeah, I did.
Of our tour de force?
I did think that. That's exactly what I thought.
Really? How long do you think it's going to go?
No, I did think that we were going to make it.
I know, but how long do you think we're going to go?
Forever.
Okay.
We're an American institution. Not unlike the Smithsonian. Not unlike the Franklin.
Yeah, the Franklin. Which Franklin?
The Franklin Institute.
You're right. Is that an American institution?
Of course it is. It's got institute right in the name.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, how could you even ask such a foolish
I know.
question?
I didn't really think that one through. Guys, we did it. It's the holiday season.
It's the holiday season.
It's a season where girls wear different colored socks.
It's the season where men buy different colored socks for girls.
It's a season where people actually start eating candy canes instead of just throwing them at the elderly.
It's a season where children go to sit on strangers' laps, and then the police are called.
It's a season where dogs bark rhythmically and nobody's confused about it.
It's the season where trees are allowed to magically grow in your house and no one bats an eye. It's the holiday season.
It's the holiday season, guys.
It's the holiday season.
But that means that we have to be getting on our sleigh and getting ready to deliver those presents. Which means that this has to be the final episode. We can't do a show on Christmas. You know that.
Mark's Claus.
Can't do a show on Christmas. Can't do a show on New Year's.
Now we're going to be dropping the ball in New York City.
In New York to drop the ball.
I just got that. Okay.
It's a hilarious
Oh,
accidental.
oops. New Year. Oops.
Guys, welcome to the show. I'm Tom C. That's D. Marks.
Yeah, like we said, guys, this is the
Sons
cap.
of Video.
This is the cap of 2012.
Guys, and what better way to go for the last show of the whole year
The whole year.
than to do our favorite games of this year.
Guys, one thing before we go into this list. Now, I know some of you might be saying, here the Suns go. They're going to tell me all about their favorite games that were released this year. No.
No, see,
That's what you might
that.
think.
It'd be smart, but no.
Be a really logical guess, but no.
We are going to tell you I'm going to tell you what my game of the year was, and it did, of this actual year.
Of releases, yeah.
Yeah. But guys, this is a list of the games we played this year, which can include...
Games that weren't released this year.
I know you're saying this is a bogus list. Who cares about what games you played in particular? It's a very specific group. Guys, come on. Lighten up.
The thing of it is that, like,
Lighten up.
we admittedly didn't play a lot of the new releases this year.
It's because most of them are bad. But the point is, we
Well,
can't play...
I thought that was the point.
Yeah, we can't play every game. That's the more of the point.
Yeah, we would love to.
We just can't do it.
We just don't have the money.
So we made a more concise list. We're not going to give you... We're not going to
We made a list of things that we could actually get to 5 of.
It wouldn't make sense for us to tell you what game was better than what game if we didn't play what game. You know what I'm saying?
That's 100% true.
So guys, you're going to be privy to a lot of them if you watch our show. Which a lot of you probably do.
Yeah, there's not there aren't going to be any real surprises unless you don't pay attention. In which case, it's going to be full of surprises.
Let's jump right into it after all that already
Curse
set up.
Splash. That's us
Splash.
jumping into it.
Guys,
We're counting them down.
from 5.
Starting at number 5.
Guys, you have seen us play this game.
You sure did. You were right there with us every step of the way.
It's a game that took me by storm, then took D by storm.
Oh, it super took D by storm.
I was like, this game's pretty rad, we should play it. Then we did play it on a Let's Play, and everyone watched it, and everyone loved it.
Yeah, it was real great.
You look
Guys,
marvelous.
Marvelous.
It was marvelous.
Guys, this game, which we are currently referring to right now,
Is
Dishonored.
Dishonored.
Oh, Dishonored.
Yeah, you've only seen it. You've only read it.
Yeah,
You've never heard it said.
I've only heard it read.
Guys, it was a game that was great. Period.
It was an enjoyable game.
Came out of left field.
Yeah, it was.
There's actually a DLC for it now, too.
Yeah, I did hear
which
about
I'm
that.
not going to get, but it's still
It was Bethesda's release this year.
Yeah,
Developed by Arcane with a K Studios.
right.
Starring the dishonored Imperial Guardsman Corvo Attano.
Right.
His quest to
Get at least a little bit of honor back, right?
well, mostly get revenge.
Yeah.
More revenge than honor.
I mean, it wasn't called Re-Honored.
Yeah.
That'd be a dumb name.
No. You're pretty much content to be dishonored.
You're done having honor. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Tight gameplay.
Really interesting feature with the blink mechanic, which I felt was a very core game, which I felt was a very good mechanic that made the game interesting. It really added a whole new dimension to where you could go within the game, because you could like blink up to rooftops or like blink across a room, and it really made it that helped set it apart from other games that are just kind of being a similar kind of first person stealth deal.
Yeah, all the magic was interesting, but Blink really set it apart. Just because of how easy it was to do the free running kind of things.
Yeah.
Had a great feeling and immersion and setting. You know
It had a really engaging story and world that it took place in. It was quite enjoyable to learn about what things were occurring and who you were like playing as and what was going on around Corvo, the PC, and all the stuff with the Imperial intrigue and the courts and whatnot.
Had some neat multiple endings, and it was nice to have things be affected by how well you played.
Surprisingly fleshed out characters, which I always come to appreciate.
Just really, it came out of nowhere, and I loved it.
No, I had seen that there was a lot of viral marketing about the game. I never actually looked at any of it because I'd be watching YouTube or something and be like, Dishonored, Bethesda's new release. And I was like, I'm not going to watch that. I'm not going to watch that. I'm not going to watch a featured video. Come on.
What are you guys joking?
Thinking?
No. But then it got enough talk, and I decided to try it.
Tom C. played it. He said he liked it, and we sat down and decided to do a Let's Play of it. And I quite enjoyed it.
Fun for no good reason. Guys, that's our number 5, I think.
And speaking of honor, that kind of brings us to number 4.
Sort of.
Well, it actually brings us to 4 a lot.
Actually, it does a lot.
Thank you.
Guys, this one we haven't played.
We're counting down.
Haven't played on the internet.
I was about to say, we definitely played this game.
It's my most played game on Steam, actually.
We're counting down to number 4. Guys, number 4 is actually a standalone expansion pack for a game that was released last year.
We've talked about it.
Called Shogun 2 Total War. Or Total War Shogun 2, whatever.
Yeah.
But the point is that that's a great game. We love that game a whole lot.
That game should have won Game of the Year last year.
Because we're a huge fan of the Total War
series.
Huge fan of the Total War series. So we heard that when this expansion/real game was coming out, we were very intrigued, especially me, because we're both history buffs, guys. This game is a little game called Fall of the Samurai.
Fall of the Samurai.
Total War Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai is the full title.
You can go to the store and you can buy it. So it does count.
Yeah, you don't need to have Shogun 2 installed on your computer to play it at all.
Yeah, it did come out this year, right?
Yeah, it came out in March.
Okay. So far we're...
Because it came out right when we started the podcast.
Yeah, it did. We actually talked about it.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Nice. Yeah.
That was really our first honest review that we did, because we actually talked about it in one of the episodes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you guys saying we should do reviews? Yeah, I know. We both know.
Yeah, we're working on it.
We should do reviews. You're right.
Guys, 2013 is going to be a big year for us. I can tell.
Yeah, I don't know what we did all this year. We're just wasting time.
We were getting our footing this year. But let's talk about the actual game.
Yeah, guys, Fall of the Samurai took everything that I liked from Shogun 2, except made it a million times more cool.
Yeah. Do you like railroads?
Like, don't get me wrong, it didn't make the gameplay better. It just made the game cooler.
The thing of it is that, it didn't have to make the gameplay better because Shogun 2 is such a rock-solid game to begin with.
Nothing, you couldn't really fix Shogun 2.
I've heard people complain that it's more simplified compared to, a Medieval 2.
Well, there's less
which is
unit
100% true.
It's more streamlined. There's less unit variety, which actually Fall of the Samurai sort of addresses because a lot of civs have unique units.
That's very true, and depending on, in Fall of the Samurai, the Fall of the Samurai, the game takes place in a conflict known as the Boshin War.
Wiki that.
Yeah, which was a conflict between the restored Meiji Emperor and the Tokugawa Shogunate trying to vie for power. And the what sets this game apart from the regular Shogun 2 game is the fact that there's a lot of even more foreign influence from America, France, and Great Britain.
Yeah.
And because of that, it allows a much more wider variety of units to be recruited, because if you allied with the Americans, you can get American Marines. If you ally with the French, you can get like French dudes and French ironclads. If you ally with the British, you get like Coldstream Guards and stuff. So it all depends on what the choices you make. And if you're a pro Shogun, you're a lot more based in the traditional ways, and your people get more mad at you the more you industrialize, which is you have to kind of balance that between getting the admittedly better units of the higher level, like riflemen and Gatling guns and all that stuff, and balancing that level of industrialization with keeping to the old ways, which keep people happy, with like samurai and bowmen and things like that.
If you do it the other way, it's the exact opposite.
True, except for the fact that people always get mad when you industrialize for some reason.
Yeah,
even if you're for pro.
Because the way they do say it in the actual gameplay is, even though these people are savages, there's things we can use. Even though it's not how the real war went. They're kind of the one side was like, no, get rid of invaders.
Get those guys out of here.
Regardless, the point is, played smooth as butter, was a great addition to the Total War series.
Yeah, it was really because the one thing I do enjoy is the fact that they've the Creative Assembly, the Total War team.
They put the work in.
Well, they've always released a bunch. All their expansions have been very well positively received. Because they made Kingdoms, which is a standalone expansion from Medieval 2 that we enjoy quite a lot.
Yeah.
They made a expansion for Shogun 1 back when it first came out, which was like a fake Mongolian invasion, which looked cool.
Looks cool. There's tons of them for Rome 2 that I don't remember. I mean, Rome 1 that I don't remember.
Yeah. And Rome 2 is coming out, I think, next year.
Sure is.
Oh, I kind of forgot about that. All right, guys, real quick, sidebar.
Okay.
Honorable mention, not on the list, but I completely forgot about this game, and I really...
God of War 3, that came out this year?
God of War 3? What? That came out like 3 years ago. Now, honorable mention, and this is the time to do it because it's also a kind of strategy game along with it. Company of Heroes.
That didn't come out this year.
No, but we played it this year.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's the first year I ever played it. Guys, that's a great game, and the sequel's coming out next year, which is why I thought about it. Company of Heroes 2, which looks like it's going to be badass.
We're going to be talking about some stuff coming out next year, a little later if you catch my drift.
True. But, no, that's a great game. I enjoyed that quite a lot. That was very, again, ran smooth. Missions were fun. Tactics are cool.
I didn't play it enough to really give it enough credit.
That's all I got to say on the subject.
It's a fun game. But anyway, the thing is, Fall of the Samurai, if you haven't played it, go play it. If you like strategy games, grand strategy games, fun battles.
Number 4.
Gun shoot-hands.
Number 4 on the list.
Number 4. Number 1.
Speaking of gun shoot-hands, that brings us to number 3.
Does it?
Of course it does.
It sure does.
Of course it does. Tom?
Probably the most appropriate thing you could have said there was
you could,
gun shooting.
Guys,
this is a game we've talked about for like 3 episodes of the podcast.
Yeah, back when it first came out, we talked about it a lot.
I think it should have deserved to be a little higher on the list.
We had a little bit of conflict with this list. I didn't think it should be super... I'm comfortable where it is right now.
We're both comfortable where it is. I thought it should have been higher, but
I honestly thought Dishonored should be higher. So
it earned my Game of the Year award back then, and it still has held to now. I still hold it as the Game of the Year. Guys, it's Borderlands 2!
Borderlands 2!
Yeah! Guys, it took everything from the first game, made it better. That's all there's to it. We love the first game. We have hours and hours and hours and hours and hours.
And sat down, we played it, and we enjoyed it. Now, admittedly, we didn't play it as much as...
I would still like to play more of it. Let's play it right now.
We just don't have the time.
We haven't had the time. Plenty of DLC. They've been all over the DLC. The gameplay was already fun. Characters were neat.
Yeah.
The game's a long game.
Yeah, it's I would say it's... And it's a more satisfying game, at least from some aspects, just because... I feel like you know a lot more of what's going on, and there's a little more...
The story's just straight up better.
I've heard a lot of people complain that, like, you're never really shown anything bad that's going on. You're just kind of, like, told that bad things are happening, but...
You kind of show them when Sanctuary gets moved.
Yeah, but that's one of the few times where that actually happens.
I guess. The point is, I don't agree with that. I think it's great.
No, I think it's great, too.
If I were to give it a numerical rating, it'd be like a 9 or a 10.
It'd be pretty high, yeah. I would probably give it an 8. There's still stuff... the thing about Borderlands that I've always felt is that there's just always one thing missing, and I don't know what it is, but it's
Naked
just like...
Moxie.
Okay, yeah, but that's not... No, that's not gameplay.
They put that in the game, you're not giving it a 10?
What?
They put that in the game, you're not giving it a 10?
I didn't hear what you
Question mark?
No, that's a 10. That's a 10 game. But,
so literally, that's the only thing missing.
No, it's not. the thing, like I said, the thing about Borderlands is I always felt like there's just one thing missing. I can't put my finger on it, but something was just always off about it for me, and it keeps me from giving it like super-duper high praise. It's a fun game. I like it a lot, but I've never. I don't know.
I still think it's game of the year. We spent a pretty good amount of time of it. We were mega hyped for it, and it lived up to the hype. That's all there is to it. The gameplay is still just as solid, except it's better. The story's better, the guns are better, everything's better, and it delivered everything I wanted. I couldn't ask for more from it.
You got
Nothing came out better than this game this year for me, because of how much I wanted it to be great, and then how much it delivered for me. That was a big deal. I'm happy that went so well.
Yeah, no, it could have very easily been a very disappointing sequel, and I'm very happy that it wasn't.
Could have easily been a disappointing sequel.
It
really could. I don't know what else to say about it. You guys have had too many episodes of us talking about it.
Yeah, go back and listen to it, because you'll figure it out.
It's still great.
You're bright guys.
It's my game of the year. I don't know what your game of the year is.
If that was released? Probably Dishonored.
Really?
Dude, I like Dishonored. You know that.
Put Dishonored over that?
I'm
over Fall of the Samurai?
Fall of the Samurai couldn't earn Game of the Year. I don't know why. It just wouldn't seem right to do it.
I think you have a stigma against strategy games here.
I don't know if that's true, but I just don't know.
I don't know enough about
I always have a hard time picking Game of the Year. Regardless,
I know.
That's neither here nor there.
It's like favorite song. Can't do it.
What is here is number 2.
Number 2.
Guys, there's a game also you might have seen us do on the Let's Play.
Didn't come out this year.
And all that stuff that we said about back in Dishonoredville, back in stop number 5, that applies so much more to this game.
Like what?
Super great story.
Absolutely.
Super great characterization.
Absolutely.
Super great feel.
It's got one of the greatest feels of... it's probably got the greatest feel of games we played this year.
Of games we played this year, absolutely. I mean, aside from like Bioshock, but that doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count for some reason. Games we played... This list of games we played the first time this year.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
Probably should have said that.
Yeah, okay, great.
Darn it.
Guys,
anyway.
Just pretend we said at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, because I probably played Secret of Mana this year at some point.
Yeah, I played
Gets Game of the Year.
I played like Pokemon or something.
The point is, this game came out of left field again.
Yeah, this is one that Tom had.
We took a chance on at a high school dance.
This is,
you know what I'm saying?
The sister who was ready to play.
Yeah.
No, this is one that Tom
literally ready to play.
Tom had sitting in his Steam, and I was like,
bought on a Steam sale.
I was like, Tom, we should play this game because this game looks like it's going to be cool. And you're like, I don't know, game looks kind of scary. And I'm like, fine, I'll play it. I don't care.
We needed to do a Let's Play. We needed something, and so we were like, let's do a blind run of this. It was our first blind run.
It was, and it was quite an enjoyable one, guys. That game is Metro 2033.
Yeah,
that's a great game. I've heard
instant classic.
I've heard some people say, "Oh, well, it's a mediocre first-person shooter." That is not what that game is.
That person should be sentenced to death.
I'll tell you what, it's one of the best survival horror games I've ever played.
No, it's really, really scary while being great.
No, because it's one of the few games where because one of the complaints I always hear about things that do survival horror well and things that don't do survival horror well, and one of the reasons why a lot of people don't consider Resident Evil survival horror is because ammo is very plentiful.
Well, the later ones.
Well, yeah. Ammo is very plentiful, and that kind of takes away from the whole survival horror aspect. In Metro 2033, I thought there was the perfect balance of having little enough ammo to make it be a concern, but not having so little that it was incredibly frustrating.
To encourage you to take running as an option.
Yeah, because part of the gimmick a little bit was that ammo, good military ammo that was actually like not made from garbage rounds,
not surplus.
Yeah. It is military surplus. That's why they were good.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they were left over from the military.
I guess the other ones are junk rounds.
Well, yeah, they're hand load.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, everybody.
But the point is, the military surplus rounds are substantially more powerful than the regular, just hand loaded rounds that are made by the people who are living in the metros. But they're also used as currency.
Because they're so great.
So if you need to get past a tough enemy, you either have to choose between using your good ammo and essentially wasting money,
yeah,
or trying to find another way around. And I thought that was a very neat mechanic. I really liked what they did with the world. Mm-hmm. The ending really came out of left field, and I liked that a whole lot.
Now, the game was a lot deeper than you might have thought right off the just.
Because another thing about that game that I really liked is the fact that I know a lot of people have problems with. A friend of mine was telling me about one of his complaints about Dishonored was that it still had a fairly binary good and bad system,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And that was one of his complaints about the game, otherwise he said it was good. I didn't even know there was a multiple choice system in Metro 2033 until I actually read about it later.
Which I think is kind of neat.
No, I really liked that a lot. I thought that was one of the good things for the game, because I was like, wait, there's more than one ending in this game?
The game just really, it didn't have to be so great.
Because there's no way to track your quote unquote morality or anything like that.
It doesn't make it obvious. The game chooses to present itself as an overall thing. Like, it doesn't make it like it doesn't give you a pause menu where you look at how good of a guy you are.
Yeah, exactly.
It wants you to be in that story and be like, how was I acting this whole time?
And I definitely like the way marker, like compass thing.
That was smart.
That was like a notepad.
A lot of really creative ideas in this game.
Yeah, this is a game that I would really like. Imagine playing that game without the HUD on and like crosshairs.
Oh, it's an option.
No, I know it is. Like that'd be real as F.
Guys, this game was free last week. You could have gotten it for free if you wanted to. As long as you liked THQ on Facebook, they gave you the game for free.
Which is really funny.
Can't imagine and not taking up that offer. I'm glad that I saw a lot of people taking it up. Because now, like, I see people playing it on Steam, on my friends list.
Yeah.
There's a lot of threads on, like, Reddit about the game for people who are just playing it now. Long overdue, guys. I took too long to take a chance on this game, and I regret it, because this game deserves play and replay.
No, it's a quality game. I really have actually been wanting to replay it recently, too.
We were pleasantly surprised, and it's definitely... once we played it, we knew that it was a classic to us, and that we're always going to come back and think about it.
Yeah, it had the right tone going right off the bat, and then it kept that tone throughout the whole game.
Who made that game? Do you know?
No, I honestly don't.
I don't remember either.
What was it? No, I guess it wasn't THQ because they were the distributor.
Yeah, they were the publisher, I think, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I think they're a kind of smaller studio, right?
Yeah. Well, no, they're a Russian company.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. It's a game it's one of the few like original games that was made in Russian. Because guys, in case you didn't know, it's based off a novel or a series of novels.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm learning on the show.
Yeah. Speaking of games that we were pleasantly surprised by.
What? Is it already time for number one?
If you can even believe it, which you should, because we're already past our normal average for this part of the show.
Guys, this game, we couldn't have foreseen being as good as it was.
Now, this is a game that this was a game that I'm very happy that I pretty much stole from you for our Let's Play.
No, you did a funnier job of it. The thing is, we took a shot on it, and it will always be one of my favorite games from now on.
Yeah, it's a game that it's a game that we both look back on very much. And,
this game only costs $5 on Steam now. I don't understand what people are doing.
Yeah, we got all the DLC, which we didn't even know about, which was hilarious. We were like, oh, this mission wasn't actually in the game. This is a DLC mission.
When I think about the game, I think about great story, great characters, great acting, great gameplay, rememberable stories, rememberable gameplay.
Just leaking of quality.
Everything about it was... Do I want to say perfect?
You almost kind of have to, don't you?
I can't think of anything negative here. Some people could argue it's too long. That's a dumb argument.
No, that's a stupid argument.
This game's too long.
There's
doesn't.
Let's just say what it is first,
guys.
Then we'll discuss.
You probably already figured it out,
guys. This game, it's called
Halo 4.
Halo 4, greatest game ever.
Just kidding.
No, this game is. That'd be something else, though. Nobody would see that one coming.
Yeah, no, just kidding.
No, this game is called L.A. Noire by Rockstar Studios.
Didn't come out this year.
No, it sure didn't. But the point is that
last year, right?
Might have been 2 years.
I think it was
ago?
last year.
Last year, 2 years ago, something like that.
I'm going to pretend the DLC came out this
year.
It
was fairly recent.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. Point is, guys, that's a great game.
We played it.
Straight up, great game.
The thing is, we do a Let's Play show. You guys might know. The thing is, we had other stuff we had to record. We didn't. We just sat there and we played L.A. Noire every single night.
No,
we stayed over till like 4 or 5 a.m.
We'd start at like 10 at night and be like, you know what? I think we got a little more L.A. Noire, and that's what it. And I wouldn't leave Tom's house till like 4:30 in the morning.
Because once you start, it just keeps. it just keeps enthralling you.
No,
You keep wanting to
because
see what happens.
you generally want to be like, what's going on? Why is all
Specifically in the homicide section.
No, that's a great section.
That's the best section by far. Guys, it's divided into different, certain cop things. What do you call it? Departments.
Acts. Oh.
Departments, I would say.
Well, yeah, but
also
and each
acts.
department is an act.
Yeah, which is smart. I like that it's mission-based, instead of being kind of like whatever. But
Yeah,
it also
'cause
has an open world feel to it.
It has an open world feel, but which I think is good because it doesn't kind of get in the way.
Yeah.
Because if it was just strictly an open world game, I feel like that kind of might have been a little overwhelming. Because we found out in one of the episodes that map is big.
Yeah. We actually had to, like, cut it. Didn't we? We stopped
Yeah,
recording
yeah,
at
yeah.
one point
We
because we were
stopped.
driving across the
Because
city.
it took us like 15 minutes to drive somewhere.
And that's awesome. I appreciate how well they recreated the city and that feeling of that time period. Right?
Yeah, yeah. It's and I remember one of our friends showed us about how a guy who worked on the actual game was like a beat cop. His grandfather was a beat cop in Los Angeles during that time, and it was just very.
Was that the story? I think it was some guy who played the game, played it with his grandpa. Who was that? I don't think I worked on it.
Okay, maybe that's it. Maybe I got
Regardless,
that part
that's
wrong.
cool. But like he was like remembering all the things that were similar, or different. The point is, the game is great, really great.
Yeah.
Really,
The only part that I would say is any kind of negative, any kind of detriment which the game would be part of the advice, because there was parts because once it got to advice, a lot of people mentioned this about the game and they were right that it did kind of turn into more of an action-y shooty kind of game.
I don't care about that.
Well, and it did fit tonally because even in those noir serials of the 1940s and 30s. There were violent things.
Yeah.
That was one of the hallmarks of the noir genre was that it was fairly violent. And while there was, obviously fights in the other acts, the advice and arson were especially violent.
The problem is, you played Homicide before that,
Yeah.
and you wanted everything to be Homicide.
No, because Homicide was the best, guys.
And the game had a very good habit of making the player feel uncomfortable or unhappy with things that they weren't aware was how it had to be.
Or in our case, like things that we were aware of, and that like the main character Cole Phelps was also kind of feeling, but everyone was kind of like, Cole Phelps, you're a crazy guy. We're not going to listen to you. And I'm like, guys, trust me, I'm Cole Phelps.
It was great at getting a reaction from you.
Do you see me? Because I'm the guy with the controller. That means I make the rules.
Because the end of Homicide, no one feels good about it.
No.
You're like, I don't want that. But the thing is, that's what the game wanted. The game could have just picked an easier path of being like, and then you nailed it.
Yeah,
but instead, the game chooses to be better than that, and I loved it for it.
No, and this game also includes world's #1 greatest guy, Jack Kelso.
Jack Kelso, not my favorite character in the game.
Yeah, that's true. You're a Rusty Galloway fan.
I'm a big fan of Rusty Galloway. Also a big fan of Stefan Bukowski.
Yeah, Stefan Bukowski's good too.
He's good too. We Charlie Browned him a lot.
No, but Jack, I really like Jack Kelso's character. I thought he was definitely one of the more. I liked how he served as a foil. Okay,
it made the ending of the game actually worth getting to. It took from the high of Homicide, and the low of Advice, to a climactic finish.
No, and the one thing I always liked about the game, and I'm going to say this without spoiling too much, guys. One thing I always liked about it was the one thing I always liked about the ending was the fact that the way they had set up the main character Cole Phelps so much was that he was like this really like tightly wound, very honorable, very like law-abiding guy who like had a very heroic streak to him. But towards the end of the game, you kind of start to realize that that's not his entire persona, and and there's a lot more to him. Whereas I really like how they kind of, at least in my mind, the way I saw it, they kind of made Jack Kelso proved to be like the actual like best guy ever, which is why I said he was that earlier.
Yeah.
Like he was really that honorable, steadfast, loyal guy, even though he was served as a foil to the main character Cole Phelps, and they butted heads a lot.
Well, the thing was, Cole Phelps always did it by the rules.
Yeah.
The game really tried to show off that when it comes to actual justice and doing what's right, you can't always follow the rules. Jack Kelso, he had to make a lot of hard decisions He had to do a lot of things that the law wouldn't have done, but he did the right thing, and that you kind of had a good feeling about it. But at the same time, you knew that that Cole Phelps wanted to be that man too, but couldn't do it.
And they did an excellent job baiting the backstories between Cole Phelps and Jack Kelso with the little teaser stingers.
Great framing for everything.
Yeah, like their time during World War II together and fighting in the Pacific. And you weren't sure why they were so constantly at each other's throats until it became super obvious. You're like, holy bejesus.
No, the game did a great job of making you feel like, whoa.
Yeah, it was a serious deal.
Like, it really knew how to get the emotion from you that it wanted to get.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Guys, I'm just saying right now, go check out these games that we mentioned that we played. This whole thing wasn't just a giant plug for us. Really, the thing about Sons of Vidya is, thanks to this channel we have now, we've been able to play more games together as friends.
Friend games.
And so we've gotten to learn about games that we probably wouldn't have played otherwise.
We got to learn about each other.
Because we wouldn't have played L.A. Noire. Unless we were just like, we got to play something. So
we wouldn't have played probably Metro 2033, which would have been a big travesty.
Yeah. The thing is, that's why this list reflects... This list has so many things we played on the show.
Maybe next year we'll get around to actually
Next year will be a lot
releases.
more appropriate, I think.
Yeah.
But this year, this is how it works, just because you guys have been following along with us. You guys know what games came out this year.
Yeah.
Who cares? You know?
Everyone's going to do an end of the year.
But it's a journey with us.
Journey.
You know what I'm saying? Guys, go watch our stuff. You should, if you haven't watched the Metro 23, it's great.
Yeah, you're going to really enjoy it. I know I did.
If you have 24 hours of time, watch L.A. Noire, because the game's incredibly long.
Yeah, that was a long game.
I'm just saying. Because maybe you can't... check for these games on Steam is what you should do if you see them.
Yeah, they're going to be cheap as dirt.
Because they're worth playing if they're on our list, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, guys. And we're gonna cut it right here, and we'll be back shortly.
See ya. Of the year.
Yeah, we're gonna nail it.
Guys, this is the last
We're ready. We're ready.
For the end of the year.
Oh.
Guys, do you know we've been revving it up this whole year just for this segment? It was all practice for this.
If you guys, we've been getting a lot of emails, and we're gonna answer the tough questions. Well,
do we have emails to read?
I don't think so.
Oh, I wish we did.
I'm sorry. It's too late.
We should have had that prep for end of the year emails.
Yeah.
Too bad, guys.
You missed out.
You guys, real quick though, just because we're going away, guys, doesn't mean you shouldn't email us.
No, because we're that's a good point. We're going to be putting up videos still.
Yeah, we're going to be doing the whole show. We're going to be glad to respond to emails all the time. Tell us how much you miss our show.
And if you guys are missing us, for the next 2 weeks, we'll be putting out best of episodes, which is whatever episode you choose to download on that Tuesday when we come out.
Yeah, maybe your best of is episode 31.
Yeah, the classic. Or episode 5, another classic.
Go download those. We don't have to make best of because every episode's the best.
It just keeps on
Simple.
getting progressively better. The point is, guys, is that 2012 is coming to a close soon.
Well, what does that mean to me, the gamer?
Tom, I'll tell you what it means. It means that there's a whole new crop of games coming out.
Unless you're one of these Mayan believers.
Yeah.
In which case, I'm sorry you guys aren't making it next year. Us non-Mayan people are making it.
Yeah, we're going to be fine.
We're going to play a bunch of games. It's going to be sweet.
And, like I said, there's a whole new crop of games coming out.
Whole new crap of games.
And we're super excited for a lot of these games. Because they're going to be sweet. And you guys aren't even going to know what to do with it when
But maybe they need a refresher on what's coming out.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what the segment is going to be anyway.
Oh. Well, let's start it.
Yay! All right, so we're just going to start right off at Game I'm looking forward to the most next year is Bioshock Infinite.
Me too!
That game looks like it's going to effing rule. If you guys have not seen anything about it, you should seriously check that out because that's a game that looks like it's going to be awesome.
Guys, that's going to be awesome. I'm going to play the heck out of it.
You know that we're...
When's that coming out next year, do you know?
End of February. It's very soon.
Really?
Yeah.
That's almost too soon. I need to prep my diaphragm.
Well, it was supposed to come out back in March, and then they pushed the release back to October, and they pushed the release back again to February.
That's fine. You make that game good, and I'll be fine. That's all I'm saying.
Well, they were probably ready to put it out back in March, but whatever.
Why would they have delayed it then?
Probably did not have to compete with a bunch of releases. Mass Effect 3 was coming out at that time, and
dude, they wouldn't hold a game back that much because of that. Hold it back like a month.
I don't know, dude.
No, dude. I don't. But anyway, the point is, that game's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we you guys know that we're big.
But it's a sequel that doesn't need to be made. No, you shut up.
First of all, it's not a sequel at all. Straight up, it just isn't a sequel.
That's true.
It is it's just part of the franchise, but it's an entirely different game. It's got a whole different set of rules, whole different set of abilities.
Series.
A whole different set of crap.
It's going to be awesome. We're going to talk more about that.
It's going to be awesome.
We'll talk more about that the more we know about it and the more we play it.
Yeah.
When it comes out.
I'm very excited
What else are you looking forward to? I'm looking forward to Rome 2.
Yeah, that's...
I don't know exactly when that's coming out, but I think it's...
That's going to be a real change of pace, because we're used to... at least I'm kind of used to Fall of the Samurai, and...
I never got into Rome 1, because it was just too dated for me by the time I got used to these games.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I'm really happy to get into a Total War series that's got that modern touch, but still them old-fashioned Romany guys. That's
if they keep the changes they made for...
I think they're only going to make it better.
Yeah. If they keep the changes they made for Shogun 2 and Fall of the Samurai,
that is going to be
super great.
A lot of time invested for me.
Yeah, it's, Rome. I'm sure there's probably going to be, like, Persia.
It's just a
like
time
Carthage,
period. Well, it's the whole like, medieval 2 style area, but it's the Rome 2 era since. We don't have to spend too much time on all of these, because there's going to be a ton of games we want to play.
That's true.
Just something looking forward to, guys. Get pumped.
Another game I'm looking forward to, Tom. I don't know how much you know about it, but I saw the trailer at E3. I wasn't at E3, but I saw the E3 trailer. Looked very neato. Watch Dogs.
I know. I think we talked a little bit about that on the show.
We actually talked about it on our E3 episode.
I still have not watched it.
It's a real...
I always think it's The Last of Us, which is also on this...
I thought for a long time it was Sleeping Dogs. So, it's... we got our own thing going on.
Well, they're all coming out next year, except for Sleeping Dogs already came out.
Yeah. No. Well, Watch Dogs, for those of you who don't know, from what I understand...
Oh, you told me a little bit about this, yeah.
Yeah. From what I understand of it, you kind of play like a cyber vigilante guy, and the gimmick of the game, because all games need a gimmick, naturally.
Of course.
The gimmick of the game is that you have essentially a cell phone that you can use to control electronics, like, around you. In the trailer, the gameplay trailer that they did, sorry,
it's all good.
It was really tough to think about for one.
It's hard. Words are tough.
Words are very tough. And now I got a bubble in my throat.
Ugh. Dude, I don't know what kind of disaster befall that side of the room, but...
yeah. So, in the gameplay trailer, what they showed was that what you could do is take your mobile phone, and you could actually use it to control traffic lights and cause car accidents. Because there's a guy you're chasing after who's trying to drive away, so you make a car accident and you chase after him.
What you described to me was sort of Matrix-y.
Yeah, it kind of has a real Matrix feel to it because of the whole, like, I get, like, your character can kind of see some of the, your character can kind of see some of the, like, cyber stuff, so it does kind of have a Matrix feel to it. It looks very cool. I hope it's as unique and different as it looks like it's going to be.
Yeah, I think that's a game that you're probably going to play before I will, and then you'll tell me how great it is, and then I'll play it.
I'm really hoping it's going to be a good game. Because
guys, I hope next year I buy a Wii U, for a lot of reasons, but I didn't realize there's a new Animal Crossing coming out, which apparently there is. I don't know much about it, but you know that I need a new Animal Crossing in my life like I need another
I can generally tell you what it's probably going to be about.
Do you think there'll be shovels?
It's probably going to be a town.
Do you think they're going to add rakes to this one?
I don't know. I think
that'd be pretty cool.
Well, that would be the new gimmick.
There's a lot of cool Wii U games that I'm actually excited for, guys. Legit, but that's also one of them. But I don't know much about it, so I can't go into it. There's a lot of games I don't know much about, like Mountain Blade 2, which I'm also interested in.
Did that say Banner? Oh, Bannerlord.
Bannerlord. Also, guys, I don't know if you saw the trailer, but Dark Souls 2 was just announced.
Really?
It's like last week. It was at some kind of awards that they were announced. But don't get me wrong, I'm gonna play that too.
No, that's gonna be badass.
Yeah. Also, if you ever see any Project Cars, I don't know, that's actually coming out. I thought that was like a indie project. Anyway, it looks really rad. It's like the racing game for PC. I think it's community made, but like it's really, really pretty. And it's really great.
I haven't heard anything about it, but I'll take your word for it.
Have you heard anything about Metro Last Light?
You know, that is a game I have heard about.
I hear it's coming out next year.
Yeah, it's going to come out probably shortly after BioShock. I think it comes out in March. It's slated for release.
Tell me a little bit about it, because I really don't know anything about it.
I
forgot about that one, too.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that one, too. No, I really like what they're doing with the Metro series, because basically it takes off from the end of the last game, and it has a different... It looks like it's going to have a little different of a feel to it, but it'll probably... I think they'll do a very good job in keeping with the same kind of tone that the last game had. But the focus kind of shifts a little less more on survival and more of like kind of the inter-faction politics that are going on between the the different factions of the Metro and how they kind of have to fight against one another to survive, and the different belief systems that they have and how they kind of clash with one another. I think it's going to be a very good game.
I really like the way they chose to go about a sequel for that.
Yeah, because they couldn't. It wouldn't be right to do the same thing again.
No, and they chose to do something in the universe that's smart and different.
Also, Tom, here's a little secret that I don't know if you know.
I don't know anything.
But that's so far planned to have split screen co-op.
Oh no! That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
they better have it on the PC version. Swear to God.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be. I think one person plays Artyom and one person plays as Khan.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
How is that even possible? Does the Khan player just get infinite everything and has
infinite cool guy?
No enemies attacking?
He gets highest magic.
Yeah,
skill.
Come on.
I don't know how they're going to do it, but I've heard it's supposed to be split screen.
That'd be ridiculous.
You know what else looks ridiculous, Tom? Which I'm checking because I wanted to do a double check before I say anything about it. But I'm seeing on our picture list here that Ground Zeroes is supposed to come out next year.
Is it next year? This one actually says something else, which I also heard announced too. We're looking at a little graph, guys. Pictograph. What they have listed is something called Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, which I've not heard of. I don't know where I saw it. But
I saw Rising.
Yeah, Rising's right there. I just heard of a game called Metal Gear Phantom Pain. I don't know if you want to look that up or anything.
Let me look that up real quick. But no, if Ground Zero come out next year, I'm going to poop my pants.
I'm going to take off work for the rest of my life.
Because, guys, we talked about that a lot. And
I'm just making up that Metal Gear one. No, I saw it.
Oh, well, relax.
Here it is. Bam. Beep. I have no idea what it is. I've only seen the name.
It says Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah. What happened to 4? Oh, yeah, 4 came out.
Yeah.
Guys, he's looking it up right now. Real quick, I'm going to touch on Bayonetta 2. That's going to be awesome also.
I thought that was already out.
No. No way.
I could have sworn it.
No way, Jose.
I could have sworn it was a launch title.
No. I'm telling you right now, it isn't.
I'm just saying I could have sworn it was.
Yeah, that'd be a reason to get Wii U. Except all the other reasons I already want one. You see anything besides a name on that one?
I'm working on it. But let's while I'm doing that.
Yeah, keep going.
Let's talk about a game that's going to totally rule, and I don't need to question about it at all. Company Heroes 2.
Company Heroes 2 is going to be awesome. I'm going to play Company Heroes 1 enough to be worthy of that game, because Company Heroes 1 was awesome, but I don't know exactly what's going on in 2. Is it like a different Civs or something? Or
yeah,
is it
it's
the same
different.
game but better?
No, Company Heroes 2, because Company Heroes 1, the original standard vanilla game was you're playing as the United States Army, military, United States Armed Forces versus the Nazi Germany.
Uh-huh.
Then they released an expansion pack, which included the British as one of the choosable factions, and the super elite tank division of the German army.
Mm-hmm.
What Company Heroes 2 is, it's taking it to the eastern front of the war to the Russian front.
Right.
So, which means that the main civs, at least in the vanilla game, are going to be Nazi Germany versus Soviet Russia.
Right.
And from what I understand is...
Wasn't there DLC for Company Heroes 1 that added things?
What I understand is, what a lot of this game is based off of a particular fan mod called the Eastern Front.
Okay.
And they're going to use a lot of the different... And I understand they're using a lot of the ideas and things that were put out in that fan mod for this game, which could be cool, because I was looking through some of the fan mod stuff. It's actually pretty neat. Like, there was one unit for one of the doctrines that you could get called Partisans for the Russians.
Right.
And they were just regular infantry dudes, but they had a whole random collection of different, the special weapons that you can get in the game.
Uh-huh.
So you can call in one that had, like, BARs and Panzerschrecks, and another one that had, like, a 50 cal and, like, an M2.
Mm-hmm.
So that looks really neat. And so I think I really like the first Company of Heroes game. And,
I trust that team, that's all I'm saying.
Also, I think what's really cool that they're going to try, I don't know how well it's going to be implemented, but there's a revolutionary weather engine in the game because of how...
how many revolutions do you think it'll start?
Probably a few.
Okay, well...
Because of how cold the Eastern Front was, there's a very real chance that if you don't take special care of your units, they will freeze to death on certain maps.
Which is neat.
Yeah. So... that'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah,
but that looks like it's going to be a very good game. Obviously, I liked the.
I don't think that team can do any wrong. There, I said it again.
Oh, I forgot that's coming out too.
A lot of things coming out. Guys, we're just looking at a little picture graph. Like I said, Grid 2 is apparently coming out next year.
I forgot about Star Wars 1313.
I don't know what that is.
It's supposed to be. It looks like it's supposed to be. I think it's I think it's supposed to be a Witcher style.
It's really early in the timeline of Star Wars, right?
I don't think it's supposed to be that early. I think it's supposed to be... It might be before the Clone Wars, but that's not that early.
Okay, I don't know what...
I haven't heard...
1313 isn't... I'm assuming it's not the year.
No, it's not the date.
Okay.
It's 1313, from what I've read, is a level in the capital planet of Coruscant.
Okay.
So
I was assuming something
It's supposed to be like a seedy underbelly, kind of.
Okay.
I don't know much about it. I think they're going to put a lot of effort into it, because Star Wars games don't always tend to do super, super well.
Yeah, it's not... That's a mixed bag on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tom, I know a game that you're probably going to look forward to.
Fire Emblem? Awakening?
No. I mean, probably, but that's not what
Dead Island Riptide?
Yeah.
I didn't actually read anything about this, but I love Dead Island. I'm definitely gonna play it, whatever it is. I don't know anything about it. I assume the zombies are now the ocean or something?
Yeah.
There's like currents. They probably take your brains out.
It's probably blood.
Yeah, it's probably
an ocean of blood.
Ocean, blood ocean. I gotta tell you, that'd probably be pretty awful.
No, it wouldn't be good.
I'm gonna play that game. It's gonna be awesome. Dude, you see GTA 5?
Yeah.
Is that announced for this year? 13?
I know they're... yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That's something I'm going to play. I know I never gave 4 enough justice, but there's no reason to not play 5 because it's sunnier outside.
Yeah.
Play as an American instead of a Russian.
Also, they scrapped the... Guys, for those of you who don't know, a game called Saints Row 3 came out last year. Obviously, sequel to Saints Row 2.
Yeah.
And...
we're all over the place, guys. You can follow us. You're good.
Let's relax. Don't worry. We'll take care of you. So, they released a bunch of DLC for that game, but they also were planning on releasing a standalone expansion pack for Saints Row 3. Then they straight up canceled that, and apparently what they're doing is they're folding that into what will be Saints Row 4, which is coming out next year.
Is it really coming out next year? Or
That's the plan.
Okay. Do you know anything about that?
Not really, except for that if it's basing off what the expansion pack was going to be, it's going to involve aliens.
That sounds awful.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you know we're going to play it.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I'm not going to play.
Elder Scrolls MMO?
Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, screw that.
Screw that.
Screw that. Give me another Fallout, please.
Are you guys wasting your time on MMOs? Seriously, stop it.
I would have played a Fallout MMO, except I wouldn't have. Just give me another Fallout.
Yeah, I don't understand. Guys, Dragon Crown comes out? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's already out in Japan, right?
I don't know.
I think it is.
I don't think any of these games are out at all, at any stage.
No, either.
I think they're not.
I know there's a lot of porn of Dragon's Crown.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if God of War Ascension... I don't know what that is either.
I think that's supposed to be the prequel.
Okay.
That I do know is coming out. Oh, you know what I don't see on here at all?
What?
Unless I can't see it, which is very possible because I have terrible eyesight. Army of Two.
Is that coming out?
It's supposed to be coming out next year.
I don't know anything about that.
I know that you're not playing as the regular dudes. And that's...
Oh, yeah, no, I do know about that. It was on a magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably isn't on here because it's going to be too great.
Dude, guys, we really like Army of Two, the two-iest day.
The windiest woes.
Yeah.
Army of 2 is not as bad as people think it is.
No, it's a genuinely enjoyable two-player experience, I feel.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, too. Who knew that 2013 has so many good games coming out?
No, I'm very excited. Because I remember when I was thinking back...
just discovering it now.
I remember when I was thinking back to 2012, I was like, I'm excited for one game, Mass Effect 3. And that was kind of a letdown. And then there wasn't really anything else I was excited for.
Then you kind of find out about stuff throughout the year. Although I think you're excited about Bioshock Infinite, which that didn't come out.
Yeah.
Well, Saints Row 3 you're probably excited for.
That didn't come out last year.
It didn't?
No, it came out in 11.
Huh.
That game's been out for a year.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, it came out last
Guys, time
November.
flies when you're an adult.
Last November.
When you're an adult.
Oh, they're making a new Broken Sword game?
I don't know anything about Broken Sword. I'm surprised you knew anything about it.
Broken Sword is an old, at least the ones that I played, is an old like point-and-click adventure for the PlayStation that was released.
There's still like a community of that kind of stuff. People who really play them. I guess they're probably not that much work to make either.
Probably not. But do you really think they're going to be able to release a point-and-click adventure nowadays?
Yeah, because it's small. It's a small audience, but like they don't have to spend as much money. So yeah,
true. But
the people who will play them.
But I wonder how they're going to greenlight it.
I don't.
What kind of studio?
It's probably a smaller studio.
Probably. These are just like things I think about.
Guys,
these are just the things I think about.
We only brushed on all the stuff that's coming out, but we're excited about that.
I think we did a pretty good job.
Unfortunately, we're not exactly the journalists that the audience needs, but that's never been our job.
No.
Just talking about things we're excited about, guys. Really, if you want the short version of this, even though you already listened to it, Bioshock Infinite. That's what we want to play. That's what we want to play right now.
Yeah.
You guys, give us a game right now.
Give it
a game right now. Guys, that's going to be awesome.
What are the video games?
You're gonna know all about that as it develops in our lives because we're going to talk about it every single week from now on.
Yeah, we're very, very excited.
Guys, but we got to wrap it down. End of the year.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Wrap it down. Rippity rip.
Guys, I can't believe it's the end of the year already. Time flies.
It doesn't feel like Christmas.
No, it doesn't feel
like...
it's
foggy and rainy outside.
Well, yeah. Doesn't feel like a lot of stuff, guys, but it is that stuff.
Guys.
It's the end of the year.
Like I said, we're going to have videos out every single day.
I actually think I said that.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure I said it too at some point in my life. We're going to keep releasing videos. Those aren't going anywhere. Just the podcast.
Yeah, just the podcast. Just
ending
a little bit of a break.
For the year. Just relax.
Yeah, it's our bad for choosing Tuesday as the release dates.
How would we know?
How would we know?
What kind of thing happens on the same weekday twice in a row?
Things that are exactly 1 week apart.
Yeah. How many things are like that?
I mean, Tuesdays are always at least 1 week apart. If you think
shut up.
Okay.
Do you know that 12 is exactly as rare as every other day on Earth? Because every day only happens once?
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's how linear time works. Anyway, guys, just go check out the new vids. You won't be missing us. We're not going.
Yeah, and like Tom said, don't not email us because we're still gonna be around.
What's
the email, you junk?
Yeah, dude. If there's, you know what though, we have all this extra time. You guys want to give us ideas for the show you'd like to see? Give us some ideas.
Yeah, like I said, guys, 2012 is just the beginning of the Sun's time.
Yeah,
we got a lot. We got a lot that we want to do next year.
Absolutely.
And
it's going to be bigger and better than ever.
And we want you guys to have a hand in it because you guys you've all been so supportive.
We can't do it without you.
We've really appreciated all the feedback we've gotten this past year. Mm-hmm. We thank each and every one of you for listening week after week, sticking with us.
Our audience is growing, and
Maybe
it only
maybe
makes
you're
me
like,
happier.
I don't know if I'm with these Suns guys, but now you're on board.
Now you're totally on board.
Now you can't think. Now you can't imagine anything else.
Guys, if you were having a podcast, we'd listen to you.
If you were running for mayor, he'd vote for you.
Guys, just don't be scared. Give us any of your dumb ideas. We'll listen to
Any of
them.
your stupid ideas, you dumbos.
Even if you think it's stupid. I don't know. Just say anything you want to us. You guys have an idea. You want us to see... We've been getting a lot of emails about people wanting us to do reviews.
Yeah, we really do want. We
promise
want to
you-
get on reviews.
I promise you 2012... Or 2000, what year is this? 2013, there's going to be reviews. Not right off the bat, but there will be.
Yeah.
We're going to get to that at least at some point next year.
Once we buy some equipment first.
Yeah, what do we need for that?
We need like a video camera.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
We
get.
seriously
I'm
don't
gonna
have one.
Hire a whole film crew. The point is, if you have anything you want to see us do, let us know. We love ideas. We love feedback a lot.
Do you know what else I love though, Tom?
We didn't even plug anything yet,
Dude, we plug everything.
guys. You know the email Sons of Video. I do know what you love though. sonsofvideo@gmail.com. Email us. But do you know what I love?
Cutting me off,
Yeah.
ruining my textbook perfect segue.
Actually, yes. That is if you guys haven't figured it out yet, it's kind of my thing.
Oh, I figured it out long ago, friend.
You know what I figured out how to do?
What did you figure out how to do?
Speed reviews.
Tom, this is the top 10 games developed by Natsume.
Natsume.
The final speed review of 2012.
It's going to be bigger and better than ever.
Tom, number 10, Harvest Moon, My Little Shop.
Harvest
Wii.
Moon My Little Shop is a game based off Little Shop of Horrors, and you're all like, Seymour, feed me. 10 out of 10. Abadox, The Deadly Inner War?
This sounds like a very painful and very confusing game. It's a 1 out of 10. Wild Guns.
Wild Guns is the prequel to Wild Arms, that one RPG for the PS1 that everyone liked, I guess. They made some more of them. I don't know. 10 out of 10.
Is it actually a prequel to that game?
No, I made that up.
Okay, that's
Shin
what I thought.
Kadu Senshei Gundam W Endless Duel.
This is a quality game that Tom and I actually did play, and we liked a lot. 9 out of 10. Metabots, Metabee.
Metabots is one of those things that kids like to play when they have nothing else to talk about, and they ran out of stuff with Pokemon or something. I don't know. It's a 1 out of 10. Metabots AX, Metabee version.
Metabots AX Metabee version is the game where there are too many M's and too many Metabots, and you gotta find a way to catch all your Metabot friends. It's a 7 out of 10. Shadow the Ninja.
Shadow the Ninja is a game about the least interesting part of a ninja. It's Shadow. There's no weapons, there's no, like, cool faces. They don't say anything. It's just dark. Who cares? 1 out of 10. Power Blade.
Power Blade is another word for chainsaw. And in this game, you have to use your Power Blade to help keep your lawn looking fresh and trim. It's a 7 out of 10. Harvest Moon, Frantic Farming.
Back in grade school, I used to have a case of Frantic Farming, and I got sent to the principal. It's not a good memory. 2 out of 10. Omega 5.
You thought you could only have one Omega, but then you got 5 right there. And then you had 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge and pear tree. Gets a 12 Days of Christmas out of 10.
We did it!
Guys, that's the end of the year!
Happy New Year!
Also, happy holidays before, because technically that's...
We did it!
There's a junk having
See ya.